Hi guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No, thank you very much for listening to this YouTube channel. So I guess we are in this stage na we need to accept the result of our national election. No, masyadong malaki yung agwat. No, the margin, there's a big gap between Marcos and Lenny Robredo. I'm not really sure if how they did that. No, if of course if there's cheating involved, of course dun yung masakit. But if this is what the people want, no, and let's face it, no, majority talaga no. So anyway, no, welcome to another lecture session, no. So as you know, one day after our national election, there's a result na, no? Unofficial, but most likely, dun rin yun, no? Unlike the past elections, matagal, no? Actually, this is something that's really confusing me. We have the slowest internet in the region of Philippines. You compare it to uh, Korea, South, di ba? China, or, I mean, di ba? Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, no? And yet, we recorded the fastest result. No, parang ang labo. We have the slowest internet, but we were able to transmit the results instantly. No? I don't know, no? What's the right term for that? I'm disappointed, no? Anyway, no, our index dropped, no, to as much as 3% this morning, gap down, no. Everyone was shocked, no. Well, I'm really expecting a tight race, no. I'm not really expecting a landslide win for BBM, but if this is what the people want, so be it, no. That's the mandate. But sabi ko nga, no, in the past, people are correlating the drop on the index today with the result of the national election yesterday. Possible, no? But there's a lot of uncertainties going on with the market right now, no? Inflation, etc. No, but we cannot correlate everything na because BBM wins, market drops, no? Uh, okay, no? This is the performance of our index the day after a presidential election, no? In 1998, ERAP won, no? Our market went up 0.21%. Of course, during that time, there's a lot of uncertainties because of Asian financial crisis, no? In 2004, which is one of the most controversial election we had, our index dropped 2.99% the day after PGMA was elected her second term, no? Of course, she unseated ERAP during the infamous EDSA DOS, no? In which several senators cried, walk out of that Senate hearing, no? Because of that controversial envelope, no? To open or not to open, pinagbotohan yan. And, di ba? And then, they didn't open, tas they walk out. Then, EDSA DOS happened. And in 2004, after the first term of PGMA, no? She was eligible to run. Kasi hindi niya natapos yun, no? She was eligible to run for a second term, no? So it's one of the controversial election that time because of that Hello Garci scandal. And we all know naman there's some issue that she cheated on FPJ. The market dropped 2.99% the day after the election, no? And of course, in 2008 we had some global financial crisis, no? So we cannot really discount the effect, no? But in 2010, the market is slowly recovering It's a perfect timing for a perfect, well, that's not the right term, no, but it's a perfect timing for someone who's uh, I don't know what's I don't know. Anyway, in 2010, during the time of Pinoy, no, the day after he was elected, market jumped 3.85%, no. The market celebrated his victory, no. And we all know that we experienced the longest bull run during his term, no. We had several credit upgrades, investment grade from Moody's, diba? Sunod-sunod 'yun. No, it's one of the happy days of our lives, no? Happiest days, no? In 2016, no? This is something medyo uh, natatandaan pa natin, no? Very memorable to us, no? Duterte won. And the day after he won, no, our market jumped 2.62%, no? Why? No? Because of well, no, what makes him different from other candidates is yun nga, there's a clear winner here, no. It's not dikit, no. He won 16 million, he got 16.6 million. Na the second candidate, no, during his time, first runner up ba tawag doon is Grace Poe with 9 point something million, and Mar Rojas with another 9 something million, no. So pag inad mo yun, they can beat Duterte, pero it did happen, no. No one back out, kaya nasayang yung vote. And today, no, our market dropped to as much as 3%, only to recover towards the end of the trading day, no. Our index closed down 0.58%. That's why if you check the candle, if you're using charts, no, if you check the candle of today's trading, green siya, and there's a long needle, no. So there's a strong support, no. Like what I said, the market will always look for a reason to correct. The market is generally trading sideways, no. So from 6.5 to as high as 7.5, you can range trade that, no. So everyone was dropping, no. Let's go to specific stocks later, but yun nga, why is it, what makes this BBM presidency different from the other, I don't know. It's a first, sorry, no, alam nyo naman medyo mahirap for us to do this podcast, lalo na we're very emotional, so sorry for blurting out random words, no. So anyway, but what makes this different, no? BBM won, well, we don't know, quote unquote tayo, no, fairly, no. He got a majority vote of 50 something percent, no, compared to the 26 or 23% of Lenny Robredo. So there's a clear mandate. It's what the majority wants. That's democracy, no. Syempre, we remove our biases that there's cheating, there's, di ba? Kung malinis lahat, no, kung fair talaga tayo, no, there's a clear mandate, and that's what the market wants, no. Unfortunately, there's a lot of uncertainties in the market right now, aside from this election, no. So investors are waiting for the economic plans of Ferdinand Marcos Jr. or BBM, no. So he's leading an official tally, per most likely bigay na nila yan, no. So 19 out of the 30 index stocks declined, with Converge, ASEN, RLC leading the losses, no. Earlier in the day, no, there's a downgrade by JP Morgan, which is also the reason why you can see JP Morgan has been actively selling some of our stocks there, no. So inauguration of the new president is set for June 30, with the first State of the Nation's address slated for July 5, no. But they recommending a underweight in the Philippines. Nagsimula na, no. There's a lot of uncertainties. Why will they invest in the Philippines if there are better market out there, no? So we're facing a lot of challenges, no, which includes our twin deficits. If you don't know, we have trillions of debt, no, and of course inflation is one of our concerns right now. Imagine we just reported 4% last March and around 4 point something percent April, 4.9, no, and right now there's what we call transition pain, no, or what we call the slower government spending in the next quarters after the election, no. There's a transition period, no. Of course, if you don't know, Department of Finance right now, no, Secretary Sani Dominguez has already met or is set to meet the team of BBM. Unfortunately, I think uh, there's no cabinet member who accepted the role pa, no, or the next, well, we don't know who will be our next Department of Finance Secretary, no. I think BBM likes two candidates, so, but they already declined. One is Walter Wasmer of BDO, no. So of course, in the next 2 months there will be some transition period. Hey, this is our economy, this is what we need to do, this is like that, no. Of course, if you don't know, no, Sani Dominguez used to be the secretary, used to head the Department of Agriculture during the time of Cory Aquino, and I think I don't know. So he's a bright guy, no. Anyway, uh, we have very bright guys out there. I hope they get NEDA Secretary Carchua, no. He's young, he's bright. I think even Albay Congressman Joey Salceda is already offering his service, no. This is he's a really a political butterfly, no. He keeps changing political, you know, balimbing, no. But anyway, he's good, no. He's one of the top paid analysts in the region, no. And during his time, no, tapos in 1998 he ran for a public position, as a government, no. But yun nga, there's a lot of uncertainties, no. And there's what we call the high public debt, no. Right now, sabi ko, it's around 13 point something trillion, and JP Morgan also cited the risk of valuation rating, no, and potential earnings growth disappointment, no. Of course, they expect everything to be at least to wind down, no, by next year. But that's next year. But there's a lot of uncertainties, no. So the benefits of the reopening of our economy, they expect it to be delayed again, no. Especially with the GDP growth trajectory, no. So right now the pressure is on the government, no, or at least the next administration to deliver on their capital outlay spending acceleration, no. So why will they invest in the Philippines if there are better market out there in the ASEAN region such as Indonesia, Vietnam, Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia, no. Right now, what we want from the Duterte, or at least from the Marcos administration, is a clear mandate, no. So equities, no, at least stocks are unlikely to rally until BBM, no, lays out a plan to spur growth, no. Right now, it's all about if ever the market rallies the next few weeks. It's all about we're just tracking global markets, but there's a lot of uncertainties, no. Sabi ko, our economy is strong. Well, we're not in a panic mode yet, but we were able to defeat COVID, no. We're in that reopening phase, no. Our economy is slowly reopening, but BBM has to tame inflation and address the government's ballooning debt, no. Of course, you cannot just blame everything on him, no. Imagine in the US, no, Donald Trump also won and they survive. We will survive this, no. I just hope na there's no political crisis, no. Lenny Robredo will do a prayer vigil tonight, and I think one this week, no. So we don't. I want a peaceful election, no. That's the issue, no. Political crisis, no, coup d'etat, that will trigger a sell-off talaga, no. So BBM has to form his economic team right away to provide market stability. No, right now we don't know. It looks like Marcoleta will lead DOJ. That's why he withdrew, no, from the Senate race. But other than that, we don't know sino yung sa agriculture. We don't know how he will make bigas 20 pesos per kilo, no. We don't know his economic team, no. So without an economic team and pronouncement on his economic agenda, it's really hard for investors to react. We don't know ano yung focus niya, no? Build or what? What we know from Sara Duterte, which also won by a big margin, no? That she will push for the mandatory ROTC, no? That's good and bad, but right now we need to focus on other things. I don't know, no? Pupunta ba tayo sa gera? Will we, no? Of course, it's in Singapore, that's being I mean, in Singapore, di ba? Ginagawa naman yun, but there are small countries. Sa atin naman, there's a pros and cons to that. Of course, that will cost the government, no? May fees rin yan, no? Anyway, no? So what should we do, no? Of course, it's a pros and cons, honestly. If you check the dynamics of the Congress right now, most of the winners are under the coalition of the Uni Team, no? So imagine mo if Lenny wins, she will have a hard time passing laws or what, no? Wala silang majority, and you need the Congress, you need the help of the Congress. That's why it's a well-coordinated plan. Maybe God has a reason why Lenny lost in this presidential election, no? She has a bigger role to fill, no? So anyway, the good news here is if BBM wins, he got the supermajority in the Congress, no? And this will allow him to push through legislation to boost economic growth and attract foreign investments, no? Of course, BBM is the leader, but we all know naman, based from the story of his teacher, si Winnie Monson, he's stubborn, he's lazy, but it's his economic team, no? It's his cabinet who will run the economy. Dapat ganun yung mindset na hayaan mo na economic team. When Duterte won 2016, alam naman natin, we know that he's not bright. It's his economic team who's running it. It's Ani Dominguez. It's, diba? And his cabinet members, no? Dapat free hand na, wag na makialam, no? That's a plus points here, no? At least BBM won and he got the supermajority sa Congress na, no? So anyway, any pullback for me is an opportunity as long as there's no political crisis. There's no coup d'etat, no? So once BBM names his economic team and presents his economic and fiscal agenda, I have a feeling, no, that our market will rally the same way when Duterte named his economic team, no? Of course, BBM and his economic team must also address the foreign investors' fear that and we can we can assure them that the contracts and agreement they signed here will be honored. That's another issue here. That's another issue rin, no? Because we all know that they're convicted. They didn't pay their tax, no? What will, diba? Just imagine if they foreign investors invest money here only for na wala, diba? Ipitin nila, no? Of course, these investors would like to hear assurance that the BBM government will be clean and transparent, no? Uh, Once they get that assurance, no, we expect them to buy into the Philippines, especially uh, during the time of Duterte, no. Uh, Duterte enacted the Create Law, no. But it's his economic team that suggested that, no. Talagang pinirmahan lang 'yon, no. So talaga you really need to have big a good economic team, no. Anyway, no, the result of the surveys has been consistent, no. So we need to digest, no. But investors will stay on the sidelines until BBM provides a clear and concrete plan to tackle rising poverty and strengthen the healthcare and deal with inflation and manage debt, no. Of course, the top gainers today, no, are those related to BBM, like we said few weeks before, no. It's the case of ARA, Web, no. Of course, Web started its play when the Duterte administration suspended e-sabong. Like what I said, the government will look for ways to generate revenues, and it looks like the market has already anticipated a BBM victory that time, no? And it looks like na we cross out e-sabong. What will we allow? Online gaming. Remember, last February, I think there's a placement in Web in which Greg Araneta, which is the brother-in-law of BBM, no, injected cash into Web. No? So value turnover is quite big today, no, at 8.7. No? So if you notice, top gainers are anyway, let's discuss it later, no? Ayaw mag-load, no? It's a problem with the market, no? Anyway, all HC, no? They announce that that Ayala Land, Logistics Holdings, and Flow Digital Infrastructure enter into a framework agreement for data center developments in the Philippines. No, business as usual, but let's see first, no, how the market will react to Ayala stocks. No, we all know that they are one of the supporters of the Aquino family. Baka mapag-initan, no. That's why they've been selling some of their non-core business the past few months. No, it started with in 2019 they sold their Manila Water to Razon. A few months before election, they sold their Muntinlupa toll road business to Villar. No, they're slowly diversifying. No, so at least less risk for them. No, SBS, no, their first quarter net sales is up 66% to 288 million, while operating profit grew by 90%. It's driven by increase in sales volume and selling prices, as well as favorable product mix. No? Net income was at 27.4 million, no? Reversing the 20 million loss incurred last year. Unfortunately, there's no play here, no. The patriarch, no, si Nesty Sitenko passed away due to COVID few months ago, no, or last year. Altus, no, APVI approved the application of APVI to transfer to the main board, no, effective May 13, no. So wala naman yan, walang bearingan from small. APVI is the property dividend of RLC, no. It looks like na Diyan nilalagay yung mga joint venture projects nila, but there's no plan pa eh, no? Makikita na sa price action, no? Semirara, no? Reported its highest quarterly net income ever at 15 billion, which is a 552% increase from 2.3 billion posted last year. So its first quarter bottom line already accounts for 93% of the 2021 bottom line of 16.2 billion, no? So let's monitor this, no? So they export coal, no? A-Rate, no? A-Rate recorded a net income of 796 million, which is 59% higher than last year, no? We exclude the fair value change in investment properties, so, which is driven by higher revenues from stable operations and contributions of assets acquired in 2021, no? You might notice why our rates dropping, because bond yields are going up, no? So people are shifting there, no? That's why we're monitoring M rate, no? M rate parang balik IPO na lang, no? Costco, no? 2021 consolidated income is up 5% year on year to 10.5 billion. Definitely it's undervalued, but like what I said, no one wants it. That's why it's undervalued, and it has issues with liquidity. Their follow-on offering was around 10 pesos and 50 centavos if I remember it correctly, no? So it's a backdoor play before, no, of Alcorn APM, no? Rocks, their first quarter in 2022 net loss was around 496 million compared to the 574 million in 2021, no, first quarter 2021, no? So at least they're improving, but nothing's going on here, no? PLDT also announced that they will be building more data centers in the Philippines, no, including one in Davao City, as as the group is now approaching capacity limits, no. FYI lang, it's the new growth area, you know. So even other businesses are building data centers na, no. RRHI, which reported net sales the first quarter of 2022, no, at 39.42 billion, is up 10.77% year on year, while net income is up 25.1% year on year to around 1.28 billion. So the expansion was driven by double-digit top-line growth and improved margins, no. So there. What else? So it's just the bargain hunters, no. Investors digested election results, no. So that's the pros and cons, eh. We don't like the winner here, no, but it's what the majority wants, no. Actually, it's a clear mandate, eh. There's a clear winner here, no. So index leaders AGI, I think this is a buy on close. That's why parang pinilit. No, URC is up 4.59. AEV, it's up 1.49. AC. Laggards were Converge down 5.32%. I'm not really sure why people are selling Converge right now. Aside from that it looks like there will be another placement here, but other than that, we all know na BBM is backed by PGMA, and PGMA is one of the closest ally of Converge, Dennis Uy, Pampanga, no? So that's how, no? Anyway, no, kahit kahit anong ginawa ng people movement, no, walang nagawa, no, do sa coalition ni ERAP, ni GMA, ni Duterte at na Marcos, no. So it's really, if how can we describe PGMA, no? She's the Lannister, no? Sino ba yung tatay doon? Hindi yung tatay ni Cersei, no? Masyadong brutal kasi Cersei. Talagang and she won, by the way, no? Unopposed, no? So it looks like she will be the next Speaker of the House. No, she brokered that deal that hey Sarah, you need to run as Vice President. Don't run for President first, kasi you will just divide the votes. No, and what's good about here is the check and balance. No, it looks like na she's there to balance BBM out. No, at least if you try to do something, Sarah is there. No, that's something na, di ba? Hindi nakikita ng tao eh, no? So PGMA is there to balance things out, no? That's what she envisioned several years before, no? Continuity. What's good about here is yun nga, the president and the vice president, no, belongs to the same coalition, no? Same team. At least they like each other. I don't know, no? And imagine if Sarah run this year, no? She will divide the vote, and there's some votes na talagang solid votes from the south, solid votes from the north, 'di ba? Eagle ng norte, Agila ng ano ba? Tigre ng norte, Agila ng 'di ba? So nag-combine yung coalition na yun. It's really unbeatable, no? Imagine they were able to get 50%, no? Talagang majority eh, no? There's no way you can beat that, no? So it's a clear mandate. I just hope na I don't think also na there's some I don't think na BBM will declare martial law, unlike the 1970s na talaga magulo, no? There's some insurgencies na created NPA, no? But right now, no, people are more aware, no? Just imagine right now, I think some of the students talagang they're very aggressive, woke, no? UP, Ateneo, even LaSalle, UST are going out, no? To I don't know what will they do, no? You cannot change the ano naman eh, the result, no? Of course, if there's dayaan, we don't know how extent eh, no? Kung close yung laban, baka pwede, but with this kind of numbers, no? 16 million difference more. I don't know where will you get that eh. Medyo tagilid talaga. What's good yun nga is wala, no? Galing talaga ng PGMA, no? It looks like na she's the one controlling the whole politics, no? She brokered the deal, no? Anyway, with regards to that JP Morgan article, no? So JP Morgan downgraded the Philippines to underweight and ranked it last in the order of preference in the ASEAN in its equity investment strategy, no? Yun yung sinabi natin kanina, talagang iba yung emerging market, tas talagang last yung Philippines, no? So in its ASEAN equity strategy released today, JP Morgan also downgraded the Philippine real estate sector to neutral, no? So they recommend selling into a possible post-election hope rally, no? In line with the Philippines equity strategies team's view, no? So any rally raw is a chance to sell, no? So like what I said, no, the Philippine equities, no, are facing a lot of challenges, which includes the twin deficits, higher inflation, slower government spending, no, high public debt, risk of valuation derating, and potential earnings growth disappointment, no? So JP Morgan cited an increasing risk of a valuation derating that could be exacerbated by portfolio outflows and the domestic monetary tightening policies and retail investors shifting to safe haven like bonds or bank deposits, no? So inflation due to rising oil prices and reduced real income would also drag private consumption, which accounts for more than 75% of the Philippines GDP. Uh, so on corporate earnings naman, JP Morgan also expects to see earnings growth disappointment. It is noted that 2022 outlook for the Philippines was based on a strong consumption rebound, no? But that underpins a 25% year-on-year earnings per share recovery. And there's what we call the headwinds from inflation and depreciating peso, and weaker sentiment will impact the pace of recovery, no? So the near term, no, JP Morgan sees risk from downward earnings revisions across sectors, no, such as banks, real estate, especially developers, no, consumer staples and power generation companies, emerging from the rapid rise in oil, energy, and agricultural commodity prices, no? So anyway, BBM has to do well, no, to get his economic team na. Oh, let's check again yung mga top gainers. Anyway, we already discussed no, top gainers is Prim, no, which is the media company, no. And if you check also, most of the media companies fell. Manila Bulletin, no, ABS-CBN, it looks like another 6 years for them na walang franchise, but they already gave up on that franchise and they're doing well, no. In fact, I watched the ABS-CBN coverage on YouTube yesterday, no, for quite some time, ilang hours rin yun, no, and because they're very good in creating content, no. So talagang they need to focus on other avenues na, no. ABS and ABSP. Nickel is one of the top mining stocks that dropped today because of yun nga, this downgrade by JP Morgan and also correction in the world market. GMAP and GMA7 also fell, no? Prof, anong kinalaman niya? Kala ko ba if ABS-CBN nahulog, GMA na, no? That's it looks like na several years ago I also told you na Amy Marcos claimed that they own GMA7, no? They just entrusted it to the three, the Gozun, Duavit, and Jimenez, no? Oh, FNI, same with nickel, mining sector, no? Top gainers is really Prim. It's up 38%. It's the media company, no? Web, we all know that already, no? We've been discussing web, no? So I don't know how far this will go, no? It's a pure retail play. As long as Greg Araneta is there, no? Then web is definitely one of the hottest gaming stock out there, no? Just look at that volume. Ara, of course, is owned by Greggy Araneta, also the brother-in-law of BBM. He quietly consolidated some properties in the north, no? BKR is Romualdez, AGI. Dito is, yun nga, tuloy-tuloy na naman, Dennis Uy, no? So, Euro, T, and Chelsea, no? Worst losers, wala, no? Anyway, no, so market slightly rebounded, no, from as much as dropping 3%. I think this is better, no. But if the bigger picture is, 165 breaks, then there's a strong support at around 6162, 6,000, no. I don't think the market will drop to 4,000 without any news, no. But definitely our market is really weak without any catalyst, fresh catalyst to push our market higher, no. Without that economic team, now we're waiting, no. We need some qualified, eh. Oh. So anyway, our passcode for today is democracy, no. So if you're still listening to this channel, no, please type democracy, no, para alam natin, no. Kakawalang gana na nga, no, kahit na ganito, no. I don't know what will happen in the next 6 years, no. If they will, anyway, no. I know my history, no. So it's a problem here. We're electing someone who's not, di ba? We're having a hard time working here. Tapos you will just elect a leader or a president na who can bend rules, no? Ayaw magbayad ng tax, no? That's something that we don't want. It's a problem. That's what the market wants. That's what the people wants, no? So democracy, let's respect. No? Hirap talaga. Sana wala ng rebellion, no? But hirap, no? I watched that grand rally ni ano no, meeting the advance. Grabe kakaiyak compared to BBM, but wala eh. That's what the market wants. Why nickel was the worst performance stocks in mining? I already discussed that. How do you think election? How do you think of possibility of lockdown after election? Of course, there's a big possibility if that's their game plan. No, they want to protest again. No, the result of the election. How do you discourage people from going out by issuing lockdown notices? I don't know. It depends on the government. Marcos seems to be sued for tax evasion still after election. Could there be election again and another chaos in the market? We don't know. No, it depends on the military, but it looks like they already cornered all all groups here. Comelec from the military from diba? So any chaos or any insurgencies will not succeed. Talagang if they will do something, no, the other group will do something. It's just for public attention. They will not succeed because Duterte, no. Just imagine during the time of PGMA, no, the group of Trillanes, the Magdalo group, tried bringing her her government down. They failed twice, no? The Oakwood Mutiny and the Manila Pen Siege. So just imagine if you have a PGMA behind BBM, no? So any form of civil unrest, no, will not succeed, no? That's something that we don't want right now, no? You said many times about conglomerate, why conglomerates are not disregarded as defensive but as hard to estimate value and be avoided. Many investors should usually tend to diversify their portfolio. So I think it's part conglomerate as auto diversified and defensive. That's what the market wants. That's what the market dictates. No, it's a conglomerate discount. It's not for me to decide why they are undervalued. No one wants them. No? How degree digital bank contributed to PLDT revenue? PLDT owns around I think 37% of Paymaya. No? So, and knowing Paymaya, I'm not really know. I don't know their financials. They have yet to announce that. No? Same with GCash. GCash was only they just reported positive EBITDA last year after being operational for the past 17 years. No? So Jace, Albert Baksal, Jason Chan, Gerger, si Gaming Central, no? Alam nyo po ba known broker ni Ricazon, no? Right now, I think it's AB Cap, no? He's one of the directors there, but there's a transition period, no? The new group of Anton Periquet, together with his billionaire friends, Gokong Wei Razon, no? Will be heading there. So, it will take some time, but the known brokers, I think yung mga malalaki dyan eh, no? CLSA, no? But let's monitor AB Cup together, no? Once natapos yung transition period, no? Ronnie Hartwell, Ricardo Atiliano, ERC. Again, thank you very much for listening, no? I hope everyone is safe. Let's pray that there's no civil unrest, no? Let's accept, no? That's part of democracy, no? We need to respect it, no? That's what majority wants, no? So I just hope that there's no cheating, no? But wala eh. That's it. Thank you very much. Bye bye.